where all you want to do is be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
Pastor Eric Thomas lived a life of poverty growing up in Detroit. Today, he has become one of the most sought-after speakers in the world. He remains at the top of his game because he never stops grinding, always remembering where he came from and working to keep himself at the top of his game. He knows that he has gained a lot of success, but will not stop pursuing his life with an intensity to be great. He preaches that practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanence. Because of this attitude, he understands that nothing lasts forever, and he wants to take advantage of every opportunity he is given today. Tony Robbins believes that the energy to keep grinding comes from the decision we make about what we are going to tolerate. Who do we want to be? When we make the decision to move, we change our energy.
Activity without high levels of purpose is the drain of your fortune.
He believes that energy equals emotion. So what you decide to do is up to you. You make the decision on how you feel and if you are happy where you're currently at. Author and speaker Les Brown feels that a lot of people in this world have just lost hope because of the things that they have experienced have had a great impact on them, and they may not even be aware of it. Because of those experiences, we may look at ourselves through the eyes of who we are, and that limits us to continue to be just that, who we are. If we look at ourselves through the eyes of what we can be, we can rise to more.
To get out of your mind the polluting negative thoughts that's causing most people to go through life.
Shed the past and hurt and allow yourself the freedom to change for the better. He has seen through his own life that the hardest part about doing things is first believing in yourself and believing that you can accomplish great things. He has said that once he was able to do that, he could achieve so much more.
Most people fail in life because they aim too low and hit.
Not letting his past dictate his future and continuously working on his thinking to make sure that he views himself through the lens of who he can be and not who he is. He will not let his situation or his thinking deter him from making it to the place he knows he wants to be. Actor Arnold Schwarzenegger talks about the need to have a goal, because if you have no goal, you are aimlessly drifting through life. No matter if you have the greatest tools at your disposal, you have to have vision or they become useless. He believes his whole life that he was made to be something special, and he set his focus on getting to that place. He knew that the road to get there was going to be filled with hard work, but he also knew that the harder he worked, the closer he would get to his dreams. He believes we can't get there in giant steps, but instead by taking small steps each day, and that will allow us to get to the place where we want to be.
You see, if you don't have a vision of where you go, and if you don't have a goal where you go, you drift around and you never end up anywhere. You see, if you don't have a vision of where you go, and if you don't have a goal where you go, you drift around and you never end up anywhere. My vision was totally different. I felt that I was born for something special, for something unique, for something big. Do you know how great it felt that I knew where I was going? Imagine the majority of people don't know where they're going. I knew where I was going. It's work. It's not fun. So if you think about only a quarter of the people really enjoy what they're doing in life, that is unbelievable if you think about it. So I felt so blessed that I knew what I was doing. It's like a medical student that studies and knows he wants to become a doctor. You know where to go. So I knew where to go. So people always ask me, when they saw me in the gym in the pumping iron days, they say, why is it that you're working out so hard? 5 hours a day, 6 hours a day, and you have always a smile on your face. The others are working out just as hard as you do, and they look sour in the face. Why is that? And I told people all the time, I said, because to me, I'm shooting for a goal. In front of me is the Mr. Universe title. So every rep that I do gets me closer to accomplishing that goal, to make this goal, this vision turn into reality. Every single set that I do, every repetition, every weight that I lift will get me a step closer to turn this goal into reality.
You like love? I believe that a lot of people have just lost hope. How many of you realize there are things that we have experienced that's affecting us, and many times we don't even know? Raise your hand if you understand what I'm saying. And so how people live their lives, I've come to know, is a result of the story they believe about themselves. But look at him as if he were what he could be, then it becomes what he should be. And so I'm determined, and I'm sure some of you identify with me, that my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren and my great-grandchildren, because of how I live my life. But the most difficult thing I've ever done, and took years to do, was to believe that I can do it. Write this down. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. That's what I had to affirm. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. I had to affirm myself every day with tears coming down my face, ducking creditors, not knowing how I was going to build my business. It was a challenging time.
I would say to you, where the energy comes from is psychology. It's a decision about who you're going to be and what you're going to tolerate or not in yourself. But what we want to do is we found that you can change your energy just by changing the way you move for a few moments, if you decide to. Energy equals emotion. Emotion is energy in motion. I'm here to offer you some pieces you can make some decisions from that could be life-changing if you want them to. You get to decide. But whatever you decide is going to be your experience today and every day of your life.